Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. It's me, your girl Daliso. Let's catch up with some of the little things that have been happening over the week because I've been busy. I will start. I've got 5-6 topics to touch on. Hürzeler apologizes to Mikel Arteta. Kinsky gets subbed off in 15 minutes and how he is recovering. Basically, third, I think the taunts and the ridicule about the way Arsenal are playing, it's getting old. People need to grow up and move on or get with the program or go and watch hockey. You know what I mean? Do us a favor. It looks like Martin Odegaard might be due a return sooner than we expect. He has been seen in training. Noni Madueke, what do I think about Noni Madueke and his place in the team? Is he a starter? Should he be a starter, or should we maintain Saka despite some recent difficulties? And the other topic where a few people have said the quality of the Premier League has been poor. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. It's the usual hate. Let's get into it. Now, the last few days, a week actually, a whole week of resentment from me. Hürzeler, manager for Brighton, made some crazy statements after they were hammered by, well, they were not hammered. They lost to Arsenal 1-0. They didn't know how to break us down. We scored 1 goal and we shut everything down because, let's be honest, guys, Arsenal, we are tired. We are tired. Our players have lost all sort of all creativity. They're that exhausted mentally, physically. And I think the expectation as well has weighed on them. Anyway, the last day or two, yesterday when Hürzeler had an interview, he said that he had messaged Mikel Arteta and he apologized. Said he was sorry, it was not personal. He just wanted to, he likes how Arsenal play, whatever. But anyway, he was made to apologize, I think, because he made himself look like a complete moron. All these media agendas are okay for football fans to have. You and me can say whatever we want about, because at the back of our minds, when you watch all these guys doing streams, it's banter. They'll forget about it after, at the end of the season when June starts, June, July, World Cup, we'll forget, they'll be mocking, but not seriously. It's pure banter. So when you see a supposed manager who is so young, who has got the world at his feet, being so stupid, it is actually inexplicable. His apology for me means absolutely nothing. I am so happy that Arteta is more mature than I am. I reckon Arteta has taken this apology for what it is. He's being polite. He doesn't want to rock any boats. He has got bigger and better things to focus on than this absolute clown to be thinking about that story. So seemingly he had, in his interview, his pre-match interview, Arteta indicated he had, conversed or they had communicated with Hürzeler, and absolutely everything is forgiven, which is good, at least the story can die sooner rather than later. But I would have preferred to, take it on, make it dirty. But we've got bigger and better things to focus on right now. Next, Kinsky, oh my goodness. So against Atlético Madrid, in Madrid, Igor Tudor, the new manager of Tottenham Hotspur, decided to change Vicario because everyone's been whining and moaning about Vicario and how poor he is. So he brought in this little guy, the young guy, 22-year-old Kinsky, is it Kinsky or Kinsky, to play. And within 15 minutes, the guy shipped in 3 goals. 2 of them terrible misjudgments, short pass, poor back pass, that kind of thing. It was really, really poor. And I agreed with the substitution at 15 minutes because when he let in that 3rd goal, in fact, it hadn't even gone in when he fell on the field and he covered his face he buried his face into the turf because he didn't want to see where the ball was going to end up. I laughed, but afterwards I thought, oh, this is bad, especially when I saw other people who have played the game professionally claim that it could be absolutely devastating for him and his career. When I saw messages from Courtois, De Gea, coming out basically saying that they had sent him a message and basically like is it De Gea or Courtois? Courtois basically sent him a message saying, "I've played on that pitch and it is notoriously bad, especially for a first timer. A lot of people struggle with it. So chin up, you're going to have another opportunity." I really hope 100% that he doesn't lose his career. I mean, he seems to be okay. He has basically, says, from dream to nightmare to dream again, because I think by the time he went home, he was absolutely dejected. Oh yeah, so it was really nice to see that the other players sent him a message. I really liked that his teammates went out to him and gave him some encouragement. I saw some players go in with him in the tunnel back to the dressing room just to give him some sympathy, and he's had a lot of sympathy for how that ended, and the blame rests squarely with the manager, not with him. It probably wasn't the best game to bring him on. And for him to come off after 15 minutes was a bit. But yeah, good luck to Kinsky. I think that coming off was a good idea just to save him, because if he had stayed on, they would have shipped in 6 more goals, I reckon, because he was toast. He was toast emotionally, psychologically. At that point, there was no recovery from him. Now, Arsenal have been facing the most ridiculous taunts from all sorts. Obi Mikel looking absolutely stupid. He looks dumb. I'm actually offended as a black person that you're going on telly and you are going to say such crazy things. You look so stupid. Imagine is it that Eni or Luko say that? Imagine if Eni or Luko say that, they would cook her. So all this thing about Eni is not just racism, it's also gender. Basically, as a woman, you cannot even afford to say such stupid things because it's absolutely ridiculous. How do you come and say that if Arsenal win the tournament, you are not going to count it because it doesn't suit you? It's so dumb. This guy is absolutely ridiculous. Schmeichel said the same thing. Someone said asterisk, like, who was that? Forget it. I don't even remember his name. Some old manager. Very foolish, stupid opinions that are worthy of the most teenage fans, maybe not even grown-ups. It doesn't bear thinking about. You can moan, you can laugh, oh, another set piece, but we have all seen the set pieces Arsenal have scored. We haven't scored as many recently, and they are sublime. We are absolutely, and they are very legal. They are very legal. In fact, the reason we are getting away with these set pieces is because we are penalized the season before and the season before last for basically going down easily in the box from such kinds of challenges. So we are doing very well, and I think it is really embarrassing for Mikel Obi, and he should know better. Basically, please, you have got a responsibility not only to the profession, football profession, but basically to black people. Do not embarrass us like that by doing and saying stupid things. We can't afford to be looked down on because, and that's what happens because they don't just say, oh, it's Mikel Obi. It's like, oh, I think these black people are a bit dumb. And we are not. You are dumb, Mikel. Right. So I have seen some news today that Martin Odegaard might be coming back. He was seen at training for Arsenal. He might be very close to a return. We really need him badly. And we might see him come on as a substitute. We definitely will be needing him next week, Wednesday, for Leverkusen. So we pray and hope he comes back because we have lacked that spark in midfield. There's no spark. No creativity. And the problem comes because we are playing Declan Rice and what's his name? Zubimendi. He's not working out there, And earlier in the season, his frailties were being disguised a lot by the work that Rice was doing. And yeah, please stop asking Rice how well it is to work with Zubimendi. You have all seen that guy, Rice, he is just a workhorse. He looks tired every time the interview him, it looks like he's been up all night, digging in the fields and stuff. So yeah, he's overworking. And Zubimendi's confidence is not the greatest. He's not exactly a leader. He's a great player, I think. The system we are playing probably maybe is not 100% suited to him yet. It's also his first season in the league. He needs a break. He cannot be playing every game. So we need to think outside the box in that position. Please try even like for 10 minutes before, if we're winning 2-0, Put Miles in there. Guys, let us get someone in there who can break lines. Zubimendi gets the ball and he'll pass it back to Big Abby. I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. It upsets me so much. Let us talk about my best friend, Noni Madueke. You see what he did when he came on against Bayer Leverkusen. A game where we were not creating anything from the right. A game where we had Juri and Timber trying to do a lot of things because our main guy, Saka, could not complete a dribble, could not complete a cross. He couldn't get the ball anywhere near Victor Gyökeres. And you know what? Saka will not get any criticism, and rightly so. For the last 4 seasons, this boy has played almost every game. He has had so many injuries, long-term injuries, which are affecting him. And I feel it is the manager's obsession with keeping him in the team that is going to cost him, Saka, the team, and us points. Let Saka earn his place back. He can't come on, score 1 goal. There were a lot of bad things he did against, when we played Brighton, remember? There were a lot of things, a lot of opportunities he wasn't creating. He scored a goal, a lucky goal anyway, we know the deflection, whatever. But just because he scored a goal, a winner, doesn't mean the guy is fit to play, to come in. He did not deserve to go in and replace Noni Madueke. All the games that we've won, most of the games we've won, Noni Madueke has been the biggest threat. Sometimes the end result might not be what we 100% want, because obviously, but he puts in a shift, he completes dribbles, he is such a huge threat, and I would rather start him, let Saka rest and earn his place back, because how does it benefit him to play him in Leverkusen and to have a performance like that? We are missing a trick here. We are missing some emotional intelligence, I think, from our manager. But I think, I am exhausted of this season already. Imagine what they are going through. And then there's been some people saying the quality of the Premier League is poor this season because all the Premier League teams didn't win in Europe over the week. And someone says, the German league is better. I think Mark Goldbridge said the German league is better. Because he's got a contract to say that, of course. He watches them every Friday for his channel. Because apparently they play proper football. It's just football. No one tries anything out of the box. I think it's opportunistic, 100% opportunistic. It was just a narrative he was waiting to stumble upon. So when Arsenal beat Bayern Munich 3-1 only a few weeks ago, was the Premier League better or worse? We hammered them last season. Didn't we kill Real Madrid? You know what I mean? So some of these narratives, come on, guys, let's chill out. We had some bad results across the board. And if you heard my commentary, us drawing to Leverkusen should not have even been a shock. I wanted Atalanta. The fact that Bayern Munich got Atalanta and hammered them 6-1 is not because of anything else. Even us, Arsenal, if we had played Atalanta, would have done them for 4. It's the kind of way they play. Italian teams, we do not struggle with as much as we struggle with the German teams. When we play Dortmund, we have narrow wins, very narrow. 2-0, 2-1, we don't hammer them off the park. That's just the way it is at the end of the day. So just because his team, Manchester United, Mark Goldbridge, is absolutely floundering, at the end of the day, they play I think in the next 35 days, they're playing 2 or 3 times, whereas we are playing week in, week out, 3 games a week. 3 games a week. We play Saturday, we play Tuesday, we play Saturday, we play Wednesday, we play, and basically 4 tournaments, same as Manchester City. We are exhausted. And then when you compare with maybe PSG, who, by the way, instead of playing on Saturday, they were, I think, given a game to play on Friday so that they had an extra day of rest. That is how they could go. They recovered so well, they went and overrun Chelsea, who played on Saturday. Or is it Sunday? I don't know when they played, And I think even Bayern Munich had the same thing. So it is exhaustion. We are not used to it. Arsenal, last season, for the last 3-4 seasons, we have been crashing out of the FA Cup at an early stage. I think the 3rd round. and the fourth round, meaning that we had legs. But then again, of course, we're not winning anything. But this time, the expectation, the level of performance that Arsenal are putting in is incredible. Our injury record doesn't help. So we've got almost all our players back, but they're all limping. They're all forcing themselves to be available. Odegaard is not going to be properly fit. Calafiori's, every time it comes out, look at him at Mansfield. He crumbled. Odegaard, same. Kai Havertz, he forced himself back because he probably wants a medal at the end of it. He's not 100% match fit. So we are using options. We do not have a great squad. And I'm sure other teams in Europe have got similar sort of issues. By the end of the day, we need to be realistic when we are talking about team. The quality of the Premier League is being termed as poor, and it links back to my first point about Hürzeler and the narrative, because Arsenal look to be the only team who are going to be qualifying into the next round. Maybe Liverpool as well, because they can do a job against Galatasaray when Galatasaray go to Anfield. Arsenal have got a high, I think 78% chance of progressing into the semi-final, the quarter-final. We've got a great chance of progressing, 78% because we've drawn. Liverpool have got a decent chance, I think it's 54%, according to the bookies, Opta. The other teams are really, really low chance of qualifying. So it perpetuates this same narrative that Arsenal have brought the quality of the Premier League down because we are scoring a tremendous amount of headers. By the way, we have scored 102 goals in the season of 2025-2026. I'll bet you if you went through them, they'll be more exciting than anything. Fans and people are fed up of Arsenal winning. They do not like it. They want us to be doing like Barcelona, basically. We used to play a form of football that Barcelona plays without the end result. And that's what they want, you know. So I suggest everybody who says this, look at the exciting football Manchester City and Chelsea exposed us to in midweek. 3 goals from Valverde. You even made Valverde score a hat-trick for my entertainment. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It was hilariously fun. Spurs, my goodness. Chelsea, PSG were running riot. It was hilarious. I mean, Kelly, I need to learn his name because apparently Arsenal looking into getting him for us. We need it, honestly. I can't wait to get into the players we need to replace in this team, because once we make the changes that should work, we are going to rule the world. But right now, this is the way it is. These are the 5 topics I wanted to touch upon English. But yeah, the quality of Premier League, nothing wrong with it. So these are my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Are these people right? Let me know. Leave a comment and I'll be talking to you very soon. I better go and make myself a coffee because I've been talking way too long. Right, guys, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. You know what? Please do not forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. All right, then. Bye-bye.